Hello everyone, welcome to Man Manga Boy's Man Manga Unboxing. Man Manga Boy has Right Stuff Manga. Okay, I got Right Stuff Manga from you to unbox. So let's break into the box just like that. Wow, it's did Sony sell Right Stuff? Because that was really easy. So we've got kind of a weird haul for me, okay? I know what you guys are thinking. Ragnar Crimson is not weird. Gundam is not weird. Well, we're going to get into this odd stuff that Man Manga Boy got in just a second. But before we get into that, let me show you the other box I got. So we can just get rolling here all at once. And we're just going to slap that open. Just like so. Whoa, you can already see some unusual things in Man Manga Boy's haul, okay? Mature content. Man Manga Boy does not get mature content, okay? He's a very immature individual. Let me just rip this stuff into some sort of an organized pile so I can show you guys what I got real quick. Be right back. Okay, let's talk about what we got. To start off with, we've got high school debut 1 through 4 in these little, what are they called again? 3-in-1s. I almost said 2-in-1s. By the same author who did the baby. What was his name again? Or what was that name again? It's the one with the big guy, and I haven't read it yet, which really stinks because I was waiting for one volume to come in. The last volume. Oh well, I can't remember it, but it was the one where My Love Story. That was it. Yeah, so it's from the creator of My Love Story, so it made me want to grab this series since I hear great things about it and it looks so silly. I've heard really good things about this one as well, so I thought I would grab it. And you know, the Shojo beat train doesn't stop there. Believe it or not, we've got 1 through 13 of Snow White with the red hair. I am missing volume 5 and 10. I'm just waiting for them to kind of come in through Right Stuff. Now I know what you're thinking, Man Manga Boy, why did we get Snow White with the red hair? Well, the reason is because it's still going on. And I feel like if it's something still going on for this long, it must be pretty good. So I wanted to check it out. I mean, worst case scenario, I'll just, throw it at my wife, make my wife read it. I don't really even know truly what the plot is, but I do know it's not an isekai. Oh shit, is it an isekai? I actually don't know that it's not an isekai. So that might not be true. But I'm hoping for like a fantasy read. And, it looks like there's swords in it. So that's pretty much all I'm really looking forward to. Just like a fantasy read. Maybe with some fighting in it. That's all I really wanted. I feel like there's not a lot of just straight up fantasy manga these days. If you're in a fantasy world nowadays, it's either MMORPG manga or it's an isekai. And, me, I like my isekai, but I kind of just want to read a good fantasy story once in a while. So that's what I grabbed all this for. But that's not all. We also have another Shojo beat manga, Nana. Is that how you say it? Nana? That's kind of cool if that's how you say it. Nana, volumes 1 through 15. I'm missing 5, 6, and 7. Volume 9. And then I think I only got up to 15 or 16, something like that. So, yeah, I didn't get them all, but I did get most of it. I guess it's about like a murder or a mystery or something like that. I don't really know much about Nana other than it's not been continued and that it's supposedly super dark. I don't really like fashion manga all that much. So you might see it and be like, why would you get this? This is about 2 fashionistas named Nana. But that is why, because I wanted to kind of go through this mystery, a murder, and things like that. If it's not that way, I guess I can always sell it. But I really have heard that this story is super dark and twisted pretty much all my life. This has been going on for such a long time, this series. I'm pretty sure it's just on hiatus now. You can, post it down below if I'm dead wrong, but I think I'm dead right. And people really hate it because of that. In fact, I think the main negative thing to this manga is that it is never going to be done. But not like One Piece, more like Hunter x Hunter. where everything is just on hiatus. I think it's volume 12 where things start to get kind of wild. And so I'm not sure about that, but there's a turning point. I stopped buying them around that turning point because I only wanted to get half the series. During this sale, it was a Shojo Beat sale / like Studio Ghibli sale. So what else did I get on the Studio Ghibli sale? Well, obviously I got Pampo the Cinephile by 7Cs. Now I don't know why this was listed to be on sale. This is not by Viz, nor is it a Studio Ghibli series, but I did hear a lot of good things about it. I think Profotaku posted quite a bit of it on his Instagram when it was on sale before. It's only 3 volumes long, I believe, so it's not too bad. We also have a spooky, scary manga, Orochi Volume 4. I'm not sure if this is the last one or not, but it is the most recent one, so there's that. But yeah, I've been collecting the Orochi series right along as they've been coming out, kind of just waiting for them to finish up. Then my excuses will run dry, so I didn't read them, but will I have read it? Probably not even still. Fist of the North Star Volume 8. This is a thick one. I haven't read Fist of the North Star in a while, but I'm about to read Fist of the North Star, I think this week or next week, something like that. 2 volumes, and then I'll just be 2 behind. The downside with Fist of the North Star is how slow these releases come out. They're only a volume and a half. The whole series is obviously done in English, and so where are they? Sorry, they're not done in English. They're done in Japanese. So I'm kind of wondering where they are. One Piece 102. So One Piece, you know, what are you going to talk about? I love One Piece. One of my favorite series. I'm pretty sure I got this one late. Either I got this one late or I got another one late. First printing in April 2023. Well, it's March 28th, so obviously this one's not late. This is early. So that's great. Yeah, we got March 28th, 2023 today. Yet somehow, inexplicably, you're going to try to lie to me about this Shonen Jump, huh? First printing April 20th, 23, my butt. I wish I had a timestamp on here that you guys would believe, but I don't know how to do that to make a believable one anyways. I could put one there, but would you believe it? I don't think I would. JJK, Volume 19. Oh, I could show you my watch. Yeah, look at my watch. That's a good idea. Man, Manga Boy, look at that. Look at that watch. That's an old-ass watch. JJK, Volume 19. We're kind of continuing off of where we left off with this fun little game where where sorcerers have to kill each other. So that's an exciting thing. We've got My Hero Academia Team Up Missions Volume 3. Haven't read through these yet because I haven't read My Hero. I was definitely thinking I was going to read it by now, but I have not. But eventually I will. I'm pretty sure that this is just to give us some more characterization of other characters, but maybe it's just fun one-shots. I don't really know. Excited to find out eventually. Kaguya-sama, Love is War, Volume 25. This series, I believe, is wrapping up. Another series where I've kind of fallen out on, and I need to get back into it since it's almost done. But, you know, time will tell when I do that. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, 21. Another series where I kind of fell out of, but I really need to get back on. Slime is one of the best isekai around. It really helped revitalize the whole genre. So yes, I also need to really read through this. I haven't even been reading or watching the anime all that much either. Children of the Whales, Volume 21. If that is not a cool fucking cover, I don't know what is. Wow, that looks sick. Very neat. This series mainly follows these kids trying to escape the sand whale, and eventually they do, and you can see there's a lot of magics involved. It looks like it's pretty gruesome and disgusting. Wow, check out this series if that sounds like fun to you, because that does to me. We have 2 Yoras on accident. I didn't really like the first one all that much, so I thought maybe I'd like the second one twice as much, I guess. The first one I just thought was kind of like needless. Hopefully this one gives us a little bit more of a purpose. We'll see. Only time can tell. Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt, Volume 19. Very cool series. got a little bit of a shift on the cover. You can see the spine bleed kind of over. It's not that bad, I guess, but a little noticeable. Whatever. This series is super dark. There's like a little anime on it online on the Mobile Suit Gundam website. It was translated and maybe dubbed. Not sure about that, but it has a cool soundtrack and it's disgustingly violent and it's really fun. Check it out if you guys like Gundam, or if you don't like Gundam and you just like gross violent things. Solo Leveling Volume 6. What chapters does this include? I think I don't know anything past like the 80s. So we're on 17. I just thought that looked like a cool cover and I don't remember it happening. Maybe because it doesn't happen too often, I guess. Yeah, so we are like really just coming up through Solo Leveling at a snail's pace. I kind of let a few of them, what's the word for it? Kind of let a few of them stack up so that way I could have a backlog to read through it. I mean, I think that this is like actually a really important guy, but I'm kind of confused why it's like only in chapter like 18, because I thought that this was way further than that, right? That the ants show up too. Interesting. There's like a whole Chimera ant arc in this series, and yeah, it's pretty cool. This is such a neat cover. Oh man, I got a lot of cool covers today. Wow. Ragna Crimson, oof, Volume 8. This series has been nothing but brutal. Man, a lot of brutal series too. I got a bunch of shoujo beats and a bunch of brutal series. This series just shows characters being badass, good and bad characters, and then being just slaughtering people. I mean, you can see all these spreads. They're insane. Right now we're in the middle of a huge war arc between the dragons and our main characters, and it's been nothing but absolute amazingness stuff. I don't have the last one, I believe, because I was missing an order, and currently USPS is still investigating it, but they're supposed to tell me that they gave up soon, and then Right Stuff is going to send me another one, but we'll see when that happens. Bungo Stray Dogs 1, Volume 4. Yes, this is just like a spin-off manga with a bunch of gag comedies in it. I'm not expecting it to be anything all that great when I do eventually get to it, but I'm collecting it because I really like Bungo Stray Dogs. Karate Survivor and Another World Volume 2. I thought that this was okay. Didn't think it was amazing or super good, but I thought it'd be good enough to continue on because there's a little bit of an interesting hook at the end. So that's where we're at. And yeah, Volume 2 right there. I think there's 4 of them total right now. The end of ReZero, Starting Another Life, The Frozen, Starting Life in Another World, Volume 3 / The Frozen Bond. So based on the movie, this is the final volume. So yeah, this wraps up what the movie covered, I suppose. I don't really know if the movie was based on the light novel or not, or if it was an original work, but what the heck? Why not? Daikatana Goblin Slayer, Volume 4. It's not been the best spin-off so far, for sure, but it's been okay. More Goblin Slayers, good Goblin Slayer, but there's not a lot of goblins in that Goblin Slayer volume. So that's kind of an interesting series, I suppose. Call of the Night, Volume 11. This series just blew up in popularity overnight. Still haven't gotten around to it. This might as well be the haul that I never got around to. Tiesta, Volume 1 by the same author as Spy Family. Oh, it's got the Shonen Jump logo for the top. So I don't know if this is just a one. Oh, it's got the from Spy Family in the back. I don't know how many volumes this is, but this is a completed series. This was just one that he did prior to Spy Family, Sliderman. Oh my god, this looks great. What the heck? That's a lot of words. So this series I really just picked up because it was a spy and a slash assassin manga based, or written by the same guy who did Spy Family. So I'm assuming it's going to be somewhat similar to it. Spy Family right here, Volume 9. We got the latest one. We're ready to read it. We got a cast on Frankie there. That's interesting. I think the anime is probably further than the English one is at this point, but maybe not. I don't really know. Last I remember, Yor was finishing up her ship arc, her ship mission. Mashal, Magic and Muscles, Volume 11. I feel like this has been going on for a long time. This has been coming out like every other month. So I feel like we should be like hitting a dead patch soon, right? Eventually they're going to stop coming out, right? I shouldn't be such bad talking Mashal. I mean, obviously I'm reading it, so I should. It's like I must like something about it. Dr. Stone Volume 25. We are getting dangerously close to the end. I'm pretty sure that this is, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 more left. I can't imagine that there's too many. But yeah, excited to finally have all that complete. Moriarty, the Patriot, Volume 11. Another series that kind of fell off the wayside for a lot of people's reading logs, but I am going to pick it up again pretty soon. UQ Holder, Volume 28. This is the final volume. I would read this series if I could just collect all of Negima. I'm seriously just missing one single volume of Negima, and I can read it. Obviously, people say Negima doesn't have much to do with it, but obviously we can see Negima is one of these 2 characters, probably. I don't really know that. All I know is the series takes place in the future of Negima, so I wanted to read Negima first. Baron the Cat Returns. This is a Studio Ghibli volume slash CSS library slash what's the word? It's a manga adaptation of the movie. So yeah, this was on sale as well during the G-Kit slash Shojo Beat sale. I think it was Shojo Beat slash G-Kids, but there at the very least there's a G-Kids sale, and that's where I got that one from. Mao Volume 10. This series has been okay. Not my favorite Rumiko Takahashi work so far, but certainly interesting enough to keep reading it. I give it like a C, usually a C or a B rank, depending on the volume. Banished from the Heroes Party. I decided to live a quiet life on the countryside. Doesn't look too quiet if you ask me. That looks like a lot of fun. Anyway, we got wieners and corn on the cob. Shish kebab. That looks fun. That's a lot of words. Man, I gotta read that. Are you kidding me? This series was pretty interesting. I've read 2 volumes of it so far, I think. Oh, whoa. That is interesting. Quiet my butt. You guys seeing that? Something's knocking at the door. So yeah, this series has been a lot of fun. Has kind of been the main thing of it. We didn't get too much action, really. It's just been kind of slice of life stuff. Is Run Fate Girls on Dungeon 2, Volume 3. This series has a sequel to itself, as well as several spin-offs. I heard the spin-offs are pretty good to it, so I have been collecting those as well. This looks like a naked girl, maybe she's wearing clothes, has killed and murdered another naked girl, and this is interesting. Ooh, look, it almost looks like Inuyasha there. Huh. Well, that's cool stuff. I don't really know what's going on here. I don't know if that was a girl that she killed or a demon, or if that's even her, or if a replicant, or what. But this looked like some stuff going on for sure. That is no doubt. I mean, like, look at that. There's certainly not something on her. Barely. Can you imagine walking around the store like that? It's like, ma'am, you gotta leave. You gotta leave the store. There are children here. Hell, Volume 2. This series, I haven't read yet. I heard nothing but good things about. This one is also kind of rolling up my reading log pretty quickly. I put it in my, like, these came out, so please read them. Reading log thing. So it should be coming up in a few weeks once I just get the last stuff out of the way. Which should be coming up pretty soon. So that is that. I know I did it a little bit differently than before, but it was because I could not contain myself and just wanted to talk about these manga and open them up and see what they looked like. I promise you that was the only reason. I'm going to try to refrain from doing that next time. I only just realized it when I finished it up just now, because I was like, oh wait, aren't I supposed to go back and go through these manga? And I was like, oh. Anyways. So that is my haul for today. I hope everyone enjoyed it. This was kind of a longer one. So yeah, very exciting stuff to be able to read through all this. It's not going to last probably too long. I think I'm going to read through a lot of these tonight, in a few minutes actually, after I press the end button. So please, if you guys want to pick up any of these manga, use my Right Stuff affiliate link down below. Like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.